Well, hello, y'all. How y'all are today? Uh, I'm just making this video for two reasons. One is just to more or less respond to some comments I've gotten over some of my videos about what I believe and how I believe and what not. I've ruffled some feathers, especially over this Catholic deal. And I want anybody out there that's Catholic or any other religion, if I offended you, I'm sorry. If that's the way you believe and you're fine with that, then I have, I'm just giving my opinion. I don't know if my opinion's right. It might be, it might not be. I'll never know that, and hopefully I'm right, because if I'm not, once I kick the bucket, I'm in the world, I'm going to be in a bad place. But I don't think there is a hell, so I'm not worried about it. Because before I got into religion, everything was peaceful, nothing bothered me. And then I got into going to church and everything like that, and I spent close to 14 years in church. And to be quite honest, that was the worst 14 years of my life. It was always turmoil. I was always, I'd go to church and they would preach on something, and I'd through the week, I'd feel convicted if I did this, or if I said this, or if I, so I was always in a turmoil. And, I was always seeking answers, and nobody seemed to be able to give me, I was always asking questions, nobody give me answers to. I'd ask preachers, and they would give me some, just off the wall crap, and tell me to read this and read that, and it still wouldn't answer my questions. So finally, I just got tired, after begging and pleading and going to church, and nothing seemed to work. And so one night I got on my hands and knees at my house, and I just got on my knees and I said, look, God, I can't take this anymore. If you're really there, if you're really God in heaven, make me whatever you want me to be. I can't do it on my own. I've got to have your help to do it, so do it. I'm giving you full permission. I'm tired of this turmoil of my life. And the only thing I got out of it was, in the back of my mind, some scriptures come to, it was, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall open. So I started studying the Bible, and I got a concordance and different things that was bothering me. I'd look them up, and everything in the Bible ain't black and white. You can say one thing in the Bible in one verse, and it'll mean totally opposite someplace else in the Bible. And the big thing, is I was going to a Pentecostal church, and they was always asking me about my hair. Your hair is an abomination. Nah. Well, I looked up in the Bible, and the scripture that they was saying about hair didn't even mean this kind of hair here. It meant a head covering, not actual hair. And so finally I got to the point to where I said, you know, I've had enough. I can't take this turmoil anymore. So I got out of the church, quit going to church. And I know some of you people are going to say, oh, well, you just went right into the devil's hands, you know. Well, whether I did or whether I didn't, I know that since I have made that decision, I've been at peace. I don't worry about all the stuff I worried about, you know, and I'm at peace. And but like I said, I do apologize if people think that even my cousin's wife, she got all upset with me, something I said on Facebook, and she unfriended me and even blocked me because of the way well, what I said was, yeah, I believe in the Trinity, and I believe the Trinity is all one person, the Father, Son, and the devil, all one person. Of course, that's my beliefs. Just because I believe that don't mean it's true. And, you know, I don't think there's a devil to start with. I believe the devil is your own mind. And just like I don't believe in hell. I believe in hell is right here on earth. I don't believe there's a heaven you go to when you're dead, you're dead. That's my beliefs. Now, if you're Christians and you believe different, that's fine. That's what, you know, makes you happy. I'm all for that. I'm happy for you. These are my personal beliefs, and just because I state my beliefs, don't get all butthurt and start sending me all kinds of hate comments and you're this and you're that and you know, because you can't, you know, you're saying you're a Christian, but you want to talk, you don't want to you want to talk that way to somebody else. That's not a Christian way to look at it, you know. So anyway, that's that part of it. Now, I believe in being a good person. You know, I treat people the way I want to be treated. I do have double standards, I'll admit that. And, you know, because everything isn't black and white. We have let this political correctness ruin America. You know, everybody is, you know, they believe in freedom of speech, but they've twisted freedom of speech around to where equal rights means you give up your rights so I can have my right, and that ain't right. So anyway, aside from all that, my next thing is, I had one of my subscribers asking me, he watched my video about my GoPro, and he asked me what I thought about it and to give him an honest opinion of it. Well, I put in my comments, you know, if I had to do it over again, would I? Hell no. This little old GoPro is not worth $500 in my books. I should have went ahead and bought a 35 millimeter Canon or something like that for $500. If I had to do it over again, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't buy a GoPro. Now, if you're out, it's like I told him, if you're out making action films, you know, and like skiing and water skiing and skydiving and all that stuff like that, yeah, it's probably worth that, you know. Or if you was into cameras and you had to do all these fancy stuff, time lapse and slow motion and all that kind of stuff. But for what I use it for, no, it's not worth it to me. I regret paying the money I did for it. And hell, the little old Sony I had made just as good videos, either that or my camcorder. So no, I personally, I wouldn't spend $500 on another GoPro camera. And if I could get my money back out of it, I'd sell it and get me something else. But that's, that's my personal opinion. I don't know that much about cameras. I just seen everybody had them. So I figured, well, if everybody's got them, they must be good. So I saved up, and I finally bought one. And like I said, I regret buying it, because I sure bought if I'd have known then what I know now, I'd have bought me a Canon 35 millimeter digital camera. I'd have spent my $500 on that before I would have this GoPro. But anyway, that's all I got to say for today. It's I just want to, if I offended anybody with my beliefs, I apologize. I don't make videos to piss people off. Sometimes I joke around and say I do, but it's not my intent. Most of my videos are shot just to make people think, and so I'll cut this off now, and y'all take care. God bless. Love y'all. Have a good day now. Bye-bye.